Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are the first open-world Pokemon games, and even though it was announced in the reveal trailer, open world, free exploration, people were hesitant. And as we got more and more updates, Game Freak really leaned into this one on the news announcements. There is no set path to the gyms. You can purposefully seek out stronger gym leaders or simply stop by a gym that happens to be located in a town you came across on your journey. Wait, does that really mean you can go to the 8th gym first in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? Yes, it does. And that leaves a bigger question. Is it difficult? Now that's where things get complicated because I did it for my first Pokemon Scarlet and Violet playthrough, which was mostly blind. And I had an insane adventure. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some of the things you can do to optimize it if you want to take on this challenge, and just kind of break down the insanity of it overall. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, share it with all your friends, and I mean all your friends. Anyone you know that is interested in Pokemon, show them this video because it's open world Pokemon. You can actually go 8th gym first. It is that crazy. And comment your thoughts down below. Sorry I have to do the YouTube shilling, but it's more important now than ever. Welcome to 2022. Now going back to the question of how hard it is, I feel like there's multiple layers to this, because if you are a very casual and even quote-unquote honest Pokemon player, you're not gonna like this. You're going to have to do a lot of things you don't want to do because of the mechanics of how the game works. And we're going to break that down into my experience. Now, I know almost everything there is about Pokemon mechanics. I'm really good at cheesing existing Pokemon games and new Pokemon games as they come out. And I usually just stumble into some broken strat that makes everyone upset at how much I break the game with. I'm not even talking about glitches or exploits. I min-max the game to the point where it's unfun to most people, or I just find a weird efficiency. For example, in Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, I beat Cynthia by catching 3 Gastrodon in the underground and just pumping them with X items until she went away. And it worked. Now my experience in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet was much different because of changes to the obedience mechanic. In other Pokemon games, it doesn't matter how high of a level your Pokemon is, as long as you caught and trained it, it will obey you. They changed that in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet to where you can't just run to the final gym, go outside, throw quick balls on soft resets until you catch a level 50, and then go and challenge the guy. It doesn't work like that. The Pokemon will disobey, and there's a higher frequency of disobedience the further you are from the gym cap. And I think the first thing in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet with no badges is like level 20 or something. So that makes you wonder, how can you do it? The website says you can create this challenge, but it seems like it's directly preventing you from doing said challenge. Here's a mechanic. Your starter Pokemon will always obey you. And this is where some casual players might get offended, because there's like two sides to casuals. There's some, like I said, the quote-unquote honest casuals. They want to keep their team balanced. They want to work hard. They don't want to like use and spam X items. They want to kind of grind through the challenge and do it as natural as possible. Now there's also other casuals that'll take their starter Pokemon, bring it to like level 60 when everything else is level 30, 40, and then they beat the game that way. There's really no wrong way of playing Pokemon, but there are some people that are not going to be comfortable with having to go pretty much solo starter Pokemon. Now that's still not an easy feat because of another mechanic in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. The amount of gym badges you have unlocks more experience gained. So once again, you can't do some weird stuff where you run to the final area and then you just like catch Pokeballs for the catching experience and then pop your level 5 starter that you soft reset 20 times for to get the 1% catch odds on like a level 50 or something, and then you burst them all the way to level 30, run back to like level 25 area, and then just start your game like 7 hours ahead or something. It doesn't let you do that. The experience gains are super low in this game, so it's going to take a lot of grinding and a lot of strategy, or a lot of EXP candy. So Pokemon Sword and Shield EXP candy has returned for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and if you've played around with that for either getting competitive Pokemon or story playthroughs and stuff, there's a lot of experience there. So if you can actually conquer raid dens pretty effectively, you can pump all those candies into your starter Pokemon and bring them up to high levels, and then try to claw your way to level 50 or as high of a level as possible to stand a chance against the 8th gym leader. It's worth noting that it takes about 1 to 2 hours to get into the full open world. There's like the tutorial and the starting area and those intro dialogues, so if you just like rush through that, you can probably get started in a little under an hour. But if you want to familiarize yourself with the games, or you just get lost in the starting area like I did, closer to an hour and a half, 2 hours. But after that, the game just lets you go. So those are some of the ground rules about how this works, and my path went in a completely different direction because, like I said, it was mostly blind. I thought the Psychic Gym Leader at the southwest part of the map was the final gym because of early leaked information that wasn't quite correct. So I had to figure out how to get to a place where like your Pokemon's already climbing and stuff, and there's like a weird cave and like these alt routes, but I've never explored the map before. So in my desperation, I just did this. What's the secret to this jump? We in! Now I said when I stumble into these weird efficiencies inside my playthroughs that I don't use glitches, and this one's kind of weird because I jumped from like level 20 to level 40 Pokemon, but I'm still not super equipped to do it. I effectively just cut going the long way around the map, or again, trying to like find the path that's there for not having any upgrades on my Koraidon, and I didn't even end up in the right area anyway, so this was actually a big waste of time. So I jumped from one of the lowest level areas in the game to one of the highest level areas in the game with not a lot of experience on my Pokemon. I did a couple of raids, couple of Let's Go battles, a few wild Pokemon battles, just kind of pull some experience up, and then I wanted to try to catch one of these very overleveled Pokemon, and I cheesed myself a Dugtrio. And that's where I learned about the harsh mistress of disobedience. That Dugtrio ain't gonna do me much, and in the off chance it actually obeys and gets a KO, I'm not getting experience for it. And I'm in the wrong area because this isn't the highest level gym leader. So then I thought, well, if I have a high level Pokemon, maybe I can just stall out in a raid and have the AI carry me, and then I can get rewards from higher level raids. Problem: raid stars scale with the amount of gym badges, of which we have none. So you can jump to the highest level area into a game, go into a Terra raid, and it's 1 star. And then that's where I learned something interesting. It seems like Pokemon will always obey you inside of a raid. So now I just skipped ahead to a level 30-something Dugtrio. We're doing raids and we're one-shotting them. And now we're soaking up extra small and small candies. Ooh, a 2-star raid. Oh, that's medium candies. Our Quaxley is getting there, boys. So that eventually became the path. Instead of running to the end of the game, cheesing a high-level Pokemon, and then running straight into the gym with it, you run to a high-level area of the game, cheese a high-level Pokemon, and then do enough low-level raids to catch up your starter Pokemon to actually be able to compete. Now, along the way, my adventure got a little spicy. Shiny Drifloon! No, get out of here! Are you hearing that? What the fuck? I almost egoed that too. I almost egoed that. I wanted to be like, oh, I'm not gonna cheese and save in front of the shiny Pokemon. Oh, thank Christ. Critical catch! Actually, no, it only shakes once because I already caught it, but Jesus Christ. Fun fact, Drifblim is one of my most favorite Pokemon all time and a signature Pokemon in competitive for me. It helped launch my channel, so finding it as the first shiny Pokemon while doing all of this jank stuff felt as meant to be as anything in my life. Only second to when I rescued my dog, because that story is crazy, and for another video or when I ramble it off in a live stream. Like, comment, subscribe. So now I have a shiny Drifloon, but I just had to glitch up some terrain and get lost in a cave for like 30 minutes to get to an area that isn't even the right area. Traveling on Koraidon sucks. How do you upgrade Koraidon? Titan Pokemon. Well, we've got some levels under our belt now, so let's go and do some random Titan battles, and that's what I did. So, Bombardier, that's how you can surf. Great Tusk, that's how you can fly. And with those two powers combined, you can get a lot done in this game, but Grusha's at the top of a mountain. And there ain't no way I'm gonna figure out how to get up that without climbing, so let's find out how to climb. Ah, this big lake. Ah, this big fish. That's level 60. What? Wait a second. My meant-to-be shiny Drifloon has Aftermath. And Dodonzo uses moves that connect. So after a long struggle and a ludicrous amount of revives, we were able to climb on Koraidon and make it to Grusha. It gets even crazier from there because when you can climb with Koraidon, you get all the fancy nooks and crannies that have large experience candies. We jump in levels now, and then you find more mediums and a few extra larges, and if I knew where the extra large or all the fat locations were, I didn't even know the items. Again, this is a blind playthrough. If I knew where all the good stuff was, it gets even crazier. So there is a world where you can go and you don't even need the high level Drifloon I ended up running into. You just get level 20 Drifloons, all have them have Aftermath, stock up on revives, which are kind of given to you throughout the game, or you just get enough money to buy them. You run into, well, actually you can't do Dodonzo straight, because you have to do Bombardier, and it helps to have Great Tusk, but mostly you just need to have swimming. So you Bombardier, which will be around the same level, and then you just int all of your Drifloons into Dodonzo at a very low level, can climb, and then you're good to go. Or maybe there's also just a path where you go around the right side of the map, go up the mountain, dodge a lot of high-level Pokemon, and just find 2 or 3 large candies, and then skip your starter Pokemon to a high enough level to be competitive. And that's the crazy revelation about this. This is why you like, comment, subscribe, and give me all that good algorithm juice, because it's not a set path. You think, oh, that's stupid, there isn't level scaling in this game, so how does that make any sense to go to the last level area? How can I do it? Oh, I have to just cheese a high level Pokemon and then the game's not fun. No, this makes the game ludicrously fun to create whatever jankness you want, or whatever grinding you want. You can just stay in the early area, round up some Terra Raids, and just keep farming the low-level Terra Raids and pumping everything into your starter Pokemon to make them more efficient at Terra Raids, and then you can just go anywhere, in any direction on the map you want, and just fan out. Do some Titan Pokemon maybe, do some of the Team Star, or just go straight to the gyms. You can do whatever. Do you build a team of 5 Prankster Pokemon plus your starter and just Thunder Wave Confusion everything until they melt? And again, you just have to scrounge up items. There's items everywhere. Click on every glowing yellow star. Pick up every Pokeball. Maybe battle some trainers if you feel like it to soak up some experience and money. And then just sell everything. I don't know. You also get rewards from Terra Raid dens. Do you do all that weird stuff? And again, just hide behind X items that barely get you into survivable damage ranges, a million revives. Do you do that? Do you just train honestly? Or do you find something more absurd than my Aftermath cheese? You can do whatever, and that is really cool. And pardon my language, but idiots will say,
but without gym scaling, then the game's boring and easy.
It's not easy to get to that point. I was struggling out there. You front load the work into a grand challenge instead of hitting that point after the 3rd gym where now you're permanently over leveled for the rest of the game, and then it's easy anyways. And if you barely scrape by Grusha, because of how the experience works, you're getting 0 to 1 badge experience. So it's not like, oh, I beat the 8th gym leader, all my Pokemon got 8th gym leader experience. No, it's not like that. You're still underleveled if you went in underleveled. And now the next couple of gyms are still difficult. Welcome to an open world game. Other people are allowed to play different than you. You can play your own linear little path, and if someone else wants to sequence break and ruin their own fun in your eyes, but they find it more exciting, well, they get to do that because it's an open world. Do you spin in Titan Pokemon? Do you just do the raw gym mortar? Do you get lost? Do you have to take the super duper long way up the mountain? I still don't even know that path. I don't know where you can and cannot go without climbing, because I decided I need climbing to make my life not miserable. The game is fun, the open world creates endless possibility, best Pokemon game ever. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.